are here with me, Dr. Wendy Dearborn, the author of Green is for Life, a simple guide to creating healthy, life-giving green smoothies. Well guys, let's eat. Let's do it. Let's eat. Last week we actually made our own teriyaki sauce, our very own homemade teriyaki sauce, and we're going to actually utilize that today with some textured vegetable protein, i.e. soy. I used to call it PVC, but i.e. soy, to make wraps. We're going to make some lettuce wraps. They're actually really delicious. So what we need for this, and I'm going to show you how to do your textured protein, but what we need for this is, of course, and the recipe is below, it's below, you're going to need a cup of your vegetable textured protein, or textured vegetable protein. You're going to need 3/4 of a cup of infused, and I'm going to tell you how to infuse it, of infused stock. Now if you eat meat, you can actually use chicken stock. You can use vegetable stock, or you can use water, soy sauce, a little sugar, and I'll tell you how to do that in just a minute. We're going to need this. Homemade teriyaki sauce, and of course pepper, and I have some pink Himalayan salt. Doesn't matter, you can use sea salt, Celtic salt, Celtic sauce, salt, and of course your vegetable broth, and again, as I said, you can use chicken. You may want to use some vegetable oyster sauce, which is a mushroom sauce, and I actually use that to infuse the stock. I also use marsala wine or sherry to infuse, because I believe that you need layers of taste when you do this. You also need a can of water chestnuts that's drained and roughly chopped, and I'm going to show you all of that in just a second. And of course, to actually saute and stir fry it, you're going to need some kind of oil, and my choice of oil always to cook with is coconut oil. You're also going to need, and you'll see this in the recipe, I'll start at the top, a teaspoon, that's about 1.5 teaspoons, actually that's nearly a tablespoon, of garlic. So that's 3 cloves of garlic. You're going to need a tablespoon, a little over a tablespoon, or we'll say 1.5 tablespoons of diced, really minced, finely minced ginger. You're going to need roughly chopped water chestnuts, maybe about 6 spring onions that are chopped. You're going to need lemon or lime. I prefer lime. Cilantro, Serrano peppers, that's 2 Serrano peppers with the seeds chopped. This is optional. Some red bell pepper that's chopped, and again, or if I didn't mention it, the mint. You are also going to need, and this is for after, you know, when we plate up, an avocado. Guys, always make sure you wash your vegetables, you know, because your hands. You're also going to need an avocado, and he kind of looks okay. He's not too bad, but we're going to need an avocado, and of course, the lettuce. Are you getting that, Dee? The lettuce for the wraps. So that being said, guys, this is everything we are actually going to reconstitute or rehydrate our texturized vegetable protein. Well, texturized vegetable protein, TVP, I used to call it PVC because it was kind of fake ground beef. Actually looks a lot like dried ground beef. It's granules, it's granular. So your textured vegetable protein is actually made from defatted soy flour. What that means is that the fat has been removed and it then has been dehydrated. So it's very dry and it acts like a sponge, and whatever you put on it, whatever flavors you put on it, it will absorb it and soak it up. Now, back in the day, I think it's improved. I think this is improved. I don't know if it's mind over matter, but I think this is improved. Okay, so one of the things that I'm very conscious of, is that when I actually use things like soy And I use things, which this is a soy product, I use things like soy or the textured vegetable protein, which comes granular, comes in chunks, comes in lumps, all sorts of things. I'm very cognizant of the fact that you need to infuse flavor into it. And because it needs to rehydrate, I think it's a wonderful time to take the opportunity to start that process there, to start the infusion process there. And so what I'm suggesting that you do is to rehydrate. You can use hot water, you can use cold water. Of course, hot water would be more expedient, like we need it today, because we're going to be using it straight away. So it takes 10 minutes, about 10 minutes to rehydrate, 10 to 20 depending on who you listen to. But I'm going to do this for about 10 minutes. And so what you do is you can rehydrate, as I said earlier, with vegetable broth, vegetable stock, chicken stock, beef stock, water. Well, I'm choosing to to infuse my vegetable stock with marsala wine, because it gives it layers, it presents layers. So this is already heated, so I'm just going to use, a teaspoon. I need a drink, I'm getting it wrong. I'm going to use a teaspoon of masala, and a teaspoon of oyster sauce, just to start the process of infusing flavors into the hydration process. And again, I think that it is very, very, very important. And this is why I think a lot of people don't like things like soy, because it just doesn't taste like anything. There's no taste, there's nothing that it conjures up in the mouth other than, oh my God, what is this? So we're going to infuse. And again, this is hot. I had already heated this up. Are we getting misty? Yeah? Okay. And we're going to infuse, and make sure you pour it. Okay. And we're going to just mix this up. We're going to mix this up, and you can see it's starting to take the fluid, take the stock. We just mix it up. Mix it up, and it will expand, it will swell. You'll see. You'll see. And we're going to leave that and allow it to sit for about 10 minutes. And then we will be right back to start. Hey guys, we're going to start out by browning, and I do mean browning our garlic. We brown it to make it fragrant, but don't burn it. Okay guys, don't burn it. So you just keep swirling it around. Stir it around until it browns. Do not burn it. If you burn your garlic, it will be bitter, but you can definitely brown your garlic. So you brown it, see, and it's turning brown. And that's what you're looking for. Again, we are looking for layers. We are layering this as we go. And the more layers of flavors, and subtle flavors at that, the more layers of flavors and subtle flavors at that, the more the better your texturized vegetable protein will taste. So we're going to cook this and continue cooking this for about 2 to 3 minutes. Turn the fire up a little bit. 2 to 3 minutes. And then we are going to add the ginger. So while this cooks for 2 to 3 minutes, we'll just continue to stir it, and we're going to add the finely minced ginger, and then we're going to allow this to cook and infuse for another 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so make sure you mix it really, really well, guys. Again, when you're using textured vegetable protein, it's so important that the flavors are infused into the soy. Otherwise it just doesn't taste like anything. We're also going to add some salt and pepper, and I am using pink Himalayan salt. And I've got some black pepper here. And maybe about a quarter of a tablespoon, half a tablespoon of salt, like that. Mix it up, and then you allow it to continue to stir fry and infuse. What we do now is add, and this will be half a cup of your, here it goes, half a cup of your homemade teriyaki sauce. And that's what you're looking for, the nice little sizzle. Yeah, that's about half a cup of your teriyaki sauce. Mix in well. Mix in well. And guys, if it gets what you consider to be too thick, you can add more stock. I'm going to add the roughly diced water chestnuts and just fold those in, because for all intent and purposes, everything now, you're just going to want it to be warmed through. Warmed through or cooked through. I'm actually now going to put in my cashew nuts, which is why I remembered I didn't have them. And I'm going to, again, just mix this up so everything can be incorporated. If you think it needs a little bit more sauce, your homemade teriyaki sauce, you can add some. If you think it needs more chicken stock or vegetable stock, you can add some. You can even add more marsala if that works for you too. I'm now going to add the peppers, both the Serrano, which are hot peppers, and the green peppers, excuse me, the Serrano and the red peppers, because the other thing that you're looking for is colour, all this sort of vibrant colour. Just add the green peppers, excuse me, the green onions. I've got green peppers on the brain, and I don't often use them. But now I'm going to add the spring onions or the scallion. And we're just going to mix it up, because the one thing that you don't want this to do is you don't want the Serrano or the red capsicums, the red bell peppers, or the green peppers to become wilted. You want everything to be nice and fresh and crunchy. The cilantro. And I am going to give it a hit of mint. Excuse me, a hit of lime. I'm just going to give it a hit of lime, and by a hit, a wedge of lime. I'm going to squeeze a wedge of lime over this. That looks, smells, and it also tastes absolutely gorgeous. Divine. See? Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to check for the seasoning. There you have it. Literally, there you have it. This is your texturized vegetable protein. Not only does it smell yummy, it actually tastes really good too. And you can have this with noodles. You could eat this with spaghetti squash. So you just put some in, put a little bit in. Put a little bit of your mixture in. A little bit of avocado. I just had some stuff that was rough cut here, which was some chopped cucumber. I've got some of your wraps. This is your wraps. Okay, and I'm gonna have a taste. Bon appetit, guys. Listen. So I'm gonna tell you what this tastes like. I'm actually gonna sprinkle mine with a bit more lime. If you want more dressing, you can do that. And guys, these aren't it's not pretty to eat this. It's not pretty to eat this. This food.
Every week I say this. My mom will kill me for speaking with my mouth full. This is off the chain. This is really, I'll tell you what, guys. Bon appetit! Let's eat. This is really, really good. Me and my husband are going to have
Here you have it. You have your texturized vegetable protein that has been created to taste absolutely divine with your very own homemade teriyaki sauce. Guys, the recipe, it's simple, it's easy, it's delicious, it's nutritious. It's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's sugar-free, it's wheat-free. What it does have in it, because our teriyaki sauce is made from soy sauce, it does have sodium in it. Outside of that, this is a plant-based meal that is off the chain. It's like one of those bon appetit, let's eat moments. Absolutely excellent. So enjoy, guys. If you have questions, you can contact me. My email address is down below. You can download all this information on how to prepare this particular dish, which is a lettuce wrap using textured vegetable protein. You can download the information from my website, and on our group page on Facebook, Green is for Life, you can download it there. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Dr. Wendy Dearborn. Until next week. Bon appetit! Let's eat!